Hey, what's up? It's time for Dandadan episode 5. I've recorded so many videos today, back to back, so this is the last one of the day before I go to sleep. I'm quite tired, but I'm ready because, I mean, I'd like to say I saved this one for last because I think it would be the best one to watch last, and while that is true, I didn't save it for last. It's the one that comes out the last in release time, so I had to save it for last. But still, it is a really fucking good show, and I think it will has just enough energy and entertainment value and pace generally that it's the perfect thing to watch at the end of all my recording sessions. So I'm really looking forward to this. Last episode we had the granny fight. It was a really cool fight, and I don't know what we're gonna expect next, so let's just jump into the episode. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking the video, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel. All that stuff helps me out a lot. And go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction, early access, and exclusive videos. Here we go, Dandadan episode 5.
Calm down. You're just saying hi. No big deal.
Oh, that's right. The last thing that happened was see you tomorrow.
Got this.
Is she waiting for you? She's so cute. What up?
I mean, we've been through a lot together, so... No, I bet she's waiting for someone else.
Don't look around. Go up to her and say hi.
I'll just stay out of her way.
Oh, she's gonna kill you. So cute. Oh, I love these two.
Looking to travel here, but I bet their ship smelled like a locker room by the time they landed.
This is so sweet.
What kind of food aliens like those eat? What do you think?
See, they're just like best friends now.
I guess,
Soon to be
Here's
BFGF.
the class.
yeah. Later.
You were talking to her so normally
Out of my way.
yesterday.
Moron.
You down there, you perv.
Jesus Christ. Come on, guys. Now to quietly read to himself.
Not how horrible the other kids are to me. I can forgive them. Finally.
You have a friend.
Myself an amazing friend.
Yeah. You want to say sorry, dude?
I can forgive them.
You don't even say sorry when you hit him in the face with a volleyball. These kids fucking suck. No wonder you didn't have any friends. Everyone in your class is a fucking tool.
It ain't working. She's zoned out. I don't know. Maybe she hooked up with her dirtbag ex. Frig in A. Maybe
Her dark-skinned friend had a different design before, didn't she?
That's why she's a zombie.
I love her design, though.
That track. I want to talk about aliens.
She's obsessed.
Ayase, and she totally wanted to talk to me too. But I was so nervous I couldn't.
I want to talk to Okarun. Find out what he thinks. of
This is
aliens.
like when you play.
Poop or wear underwear.
This is like when you play Baldur's
Be
Gate
such a
3
dumb dummy, Ken.
and just the rest of your day you're thinking about it.
I have to ever.
I want to talk to him. I gotta talk to him.
No, they passed each other.
What are you, deaf? Okarun.
Do you know his real name?
I ain't telling you his real name. Glasses.
Excuse me. Is there a Miss Ayase here?
Well, they went to find each other.
Hear ya.
I'll try the cafeteria.
Come on, you two.
Be in the
Well, if she's not in the cafeteria, I'll check there.
Oh my god, are they gonna swap positions?
I'll try the school store.
And she's gonna go to the cafeteria.
Guess I'll try the cafeteria.
Oh my god. So frustrating.
Jeez, lunch break is almost over.
They're both sitting on
How
a
is he
bench.
hiding?
Of course.
He did seem kind of mopey this morning. Maybe he thinks I'm pushy. Kinda
Aww.
am.
Maybe I'm just a backup friend.
Maybe he doesn't want to
The
hang.
music's really interesting. Now both of you stand up and walk to the center.
What was I thinking?
They're gonna bump into each other now.
I'm sorry, Miss Ayase.
I'm sorry, Okarun.
Aww. Oh my god!
There you are.
No!
They basically kissed.
Ow, I think you cracked one of my teeth.
I spent my hope for you.
Me too. Why
Aww.
couldn't you just stay in one place? Yeah, and now our lunch is almost over.
They're so
This whole
cute.
time,
I thought you were avoiding me.
I'm glad they're talking about this.
You guys were kissing.
And
Momo, why didn't you tell us? You think I go around kissing nerds like him?
yeah, and like, I'd never kiss a stupid girl like her.
Baldy.
You're so stupid. You don't know what hair is.
Oh, typical Four Eyes making lame comeback.
This is the way they flirt.
Enemies of... I don't want to speak to you either.
The friends are like, that was so hot.
They're totes into each other.
Yeah.
I better come up with an apology.
Is your dick still gone?
Guy in the courtyard.
Good. We weren't making out.
They were, and he's your glasses, the works.
Would you shut up already?
Hey guys,
Said we weren't making.
Ayase, my dick's gone.
he is a nerd. Oof, big nerd.
Listen, major issues come up.
I said I didn't.
To speak with you now, alone. Please come out and talk to me.
Piss off.
Damn, you're
Aww.
The truth is, I like talking to you.
Aww. He's saying this in front of a lot of people.
Get lost, creep.
Why are you being so mean to the guy?
You're mean for cheering him on.
I do hate friends that are like this, that are like pushy about the person that they're seeing. Yeah, I say you gotta wear it with pride.
You are... What's up with you?
I think she doesn't get her own emotions and she's saving it for the other 10... I can't say his name still. We're 5 episodes in. Ken Takakura.
Already. Sorry.
Oh! New character.
How clumsy of me. Are you okay?
She's in the OP.
Because of my water bottle. I hope it didn't hurt too much.
I've been working out some.
I'm...
Oh my god.
No, it was my
You're
fault.
already talking to her.
Really? Don't
Another
feel bad
girl.
about it.
She's like almost too nice. What's the deal?
Well, I guess I kind of am.
She gonna be angry now that he's already talking to another girl?
You see his face? He looks so hilarious.
Huh?
Totally fell for me. He'll be dreaming about
Oh.
me till he's old.
Okay.
You are so mean.
No, she was being too
It's fun
nice.
having dork girl. Heck, that was probably the first time he was ever touched by a girl.
Oh god.
Last, letting him dream about me for a bit.
Damn, that sucks.
Before I lose his day.
Hell yeah! Oh my god!
Where did that thing come from? It just fell on her.
Basically killed her.
Could it be a delayed reaction from bumping into me? Miss Ayase!
No girl comes near my
Wanna
man.
walk me home? You're looking sharp in those glasses.
Now she's showing it off.
They deserve washtubs falling on them instead of guys falling for them.
He's got a special brand of pettiness, Momo.
My attitude today was the worst. I'm sorry.
Good. I love
In
that
the
Momo can
courtyard after
apologize.
that. And like, I'm not embarrassed about us being friends.
Oh, I know. I'm just happy we could sort it
I
out.
love a
and
good
be friends
apology.
again. Anyway, that stuff's not important now.
Huh? What do you mean it's not important? I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Calm down for a second. Listen, you know how we thought we took care of Turbo Granny?
Uh-huh.
She's gone. Everything's back to normal.
Not quite.
Does he not have his
Say
peen?
what?
My balls.
Huh?
Oh, his balls. He has no
Why I
balls.
asked to see your junk. How in the hell did you not notice?
Yeah,
Balls,
true.
dumbass.
When I saw my shaft there, I was so relieved. Check the rest.
When I saw my
The
shaft.
shaft. Your age, it's more like a little pencil.
You've never seen it. You're going to look.
Not at your wiener, you doofus.
She can't
Peek
stop.
into your Yep. There's something hiding inside him.
Oh god. All right.
This show on the road. That talisman stuck on good?
So there's also that cat in the ED and the OP.
Hey!
What? What was that for?
Beat your rotten tangerine. The lines in the kanji for person support each other.
Jesus.
You see anything just now?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
The color of his aura changed.
I'm gonna need your help with this. Grab it and pull it out.
I can take out a person's aura?
It's
Interesting.
not his. Should be able to snatch it. Get ready.
Okay.
Focus on it.
Oh. Didn't look like he got the aura.
In my hands.
Take it easy.
Oh. Did we kill it? Oh, it went into that's why the cat can move in the ED and shit.
Go on.
It's got a evil aura in it.
Let me go right now!
Oh my gosh.
You all! Let me go!
Is it the granny?
Oh, yeah. I know. What's the deal with this thing? What is it?
That's Turbo Grand.
Yeah, it is.
A couple of squirts like you can't destroy me that easy.
She's kind of cute like that.
Don't you dare! Slope was so close to dying, none of you could even tell I was in him. So I stayed nice. The second I did, I was gonna jump out and straight up murder you all.
Jesus.
You can talk scary all you want, but in the end, we're in charge, not you.
You hear that? It's over for you. Give back my balls. Give them back. Else.
If I die, any hope you have of getting your nuts back dies with me.
Oh no.
Do you morons get the situation you're in now?
She's holding his balls
Because I got
hostage.
the kid by his balls, literally.
Oh god.
Gonna kill him and you get your nuts back.
No way.
Get on with it! Get a knife and start killing!
Oh. Is he transforming? Oh. Oh yeah, he is.
Your cat's got me stressing now. Such a bummer.
I love his voice in that mode.
How tight? Because it looks like only your consciousness left the kid's body.
Oh,
Get
but the
that, huh?
power?
Oh, doll. Your power's still in the kid.
That's cool.
Guess what? Can put you back together.
Oh.
You dumbass cat turd rotten tangerine.
Don't eat me, Sensei! I'm sorry!
I ain't your sensei squirt.
I remember getting really mad, and next thing I knew, I was that other me.
So you're the Hulk.
If you give his balls back, we'll give you back your power.
I mean, sounds nice, but
Delinquents. All right.
Then it's
if you give
settled.
her a power,
Okay, lady, hand
it's
over
probably
his balls.
dangerous.
They ain't with me.
Now look.
I sort of lost them. I'm not sure
You
where.
lost his balls? Oh my god, you can't lose someone's balls. This ED feels very different now that I know that this is Granny. Oh, this show is so good. I feel like every episode after the episode, I'm just so giddy that I'm watching such a good show. This is like really in the running to be one of my favorite anime, genuinely, and that's a big deal. I feel like I watch a decent amount of anime. I mean, I'm not like in the top 1% of anime watchers or anything, but I do watch, you know, more than your average anime watcher. I feel like I watch more anime than the average person, than the average person, and also I would say probably a little bit more than the average anime watcher, because I feel like the average anime watcher tends to watch, you know, a show or two or a few shows each season. I tend to watch like, let's say 14 to 15 episodes of anime every week, not including rewatches. If we're including rewatches, it's probably closer to 20, 25. But, you know, I do most of them I do on this channel, so you guys can see exactly how much I watch. But I watched like even more before I started this channel. When I started this channel, I actually slowed down my anime watching significantly, because every time I'm watching a show, I was also recording it and editing it and uploading it and making the metadata for it and making the thumbnail for it. And so it was a lot of work just to watch one episode of an anime. Where before it was like, oh, I could spend all of that time watching a whole bunch of different shows. So I would watch like, you know, 10, 12 different shows a season. But yeah, I don't have that much time anymore. But yeah, this show is so great. It is truly amazing. And I love every aspect of it, really. Like, I love all the characters. I love the setting. I love the animation. I love the music. Just all of the art direction, the OP, the ED, like everything. Everything it is and does is amazing. And it's so good. It's one of those series that's so good that I don't want to read the manga. This happens to me. This happened with Haikyuu. This happened with Kaguya-sama. This happens with My Hero Academia, where it's like this series is like so incredibly good to me that I don't want to like spoil my experience by going and reading the manga, because this is the version of it that I'm attached to. This is what I want to see it in. So I'm going to have to wait until they make more of this after this season's done. You know, I'm already dreading this season ending, which I think it's probably only a 12 episode season, right? Let me see. Dandadan. Yeah, it's only a 12 episode season. Oh gosh, so we're almost halfway through it already. Next week will be the like midpoint of the season. Oh no. Because I really adore it, and I don't want to have to wait that long, but I also don't want them to like rush the next season, and I don't want it to lose this incredible quality that it has. So man, that's the really tough thing, right? Is like you want so much more content, but you also don't want them to rush it, and you also don't want them to like overwork their workers and like screw up people's lives and risk the property, like, or the company going under or whatever because of horrible decisions that they make. You just want them to properly take their time, do every episode properly, do it to the best of their ability, and then release it, but also do that in a timely manner. You know, it's very difficult, but just work on it. Like, start working on it now if they haven't already. I mean, you know, when this show is done, because normally the anime industry is still making episodes up until the point where they're aired. So I imagine they're still working on season 1 right now. But once season 1's done, I just want them to immediately go, okay, let's start season 2, episode 1 right away. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Yeah, anyway, it's so great. So let me look at my notes. I just love, like, what I really like is these two characters are very flawed, and like it is sad and frustrating when they, you know, they both want to be friends, but then they like take out their anger at each other, and then they like have their little breakup moments where they're being frustrating to each other. Like, yes, that's sad to watch, but at the same time, like, not only do I feel like it fits their characters, but as I said during the episode, and I've said before, I'm a real sucker for characters that can own up to their mistakes and truly, like, I feel like there are not enough people in the world who properly own up to things that they get wrong and properly apologize when they make a mistake. And it's a tough thing to do, but like some people just refuse to do it. And it's like, for me, like that's one of my least favorite qualities of a person is when they refuse to take ownership of a mistake. So when I see characters that are very flawed and very harsh and tend to get in over their heads when they're talking to someone sometimes and say all the wrong things, when I see characters like that also know to like reflect on that and then talk to someone later and truly properly apologize, I love that character type. I love it so much because I think it's something to aspire to be. It sends a great message, and it's brilliant. So like Momo is that character for me. And I said in, like, I think I said in episode 1 as well, I compared her to Korra from Legend of Korra for that same reason. Because Korra is a very harsh person who jumps to conclusions and can, like, yell at people and get, like, over emotional when people are sort of challenging her. So she'll get very frustrated with them and yell at them and stuff. And she'll take it too far occasionally, right? And that's what she does. But she, throughout the show, one, improves on that, like genuinely constantly reflects on her behavior and improves upon it to the point where in seasons 3 and 4, like that's not really how I would define her character anymore. Not because they like eased off of it, not because the writers were like, well, this isn't a very fun thing to write, or people don't like this, so let's take it out. Because she as a character was growing, and 2, she knew how to fucking apologize, and that's what I loved. So in this episode, when she's talking to Okarun and she's saying like, I'm sorry, and she's like properly acknowledging the mistake she made and correcting like things that she said, like saying, and I'm not too embarrassed to be your friend, and all of that, and like just properly making amends. She's doing a real apology. I love that scenario. I love that situation. And it's really great because there are there's also like methods to doing a proper apology. Now, I'm not, you should talk to an actual therapist about this. I'm going off of basically second or third hand information here. But I've always like had this sort of idea in my head after hearing about it years ago, which is like a proper apology is essentially made up of multiple components, and I can't remember like it in detail, but essentially it's, you know, the acknowledgement that you did something wrong, the acknowledgement of like what it did to the person, not downplaying your own thing, possibly the reason, you know, the reasoning behind it or your feelings behind it, and then a commitment to change. And that the last bit is the most important bit. Like, they have to feel like you're not just apologizing, you're apologizing because you're saying, this isn't gonna happen again. And the difficulty that people have with that side of things is a lot of people have the trouble with, well, it might happen again, so I'm not gonna act like it's not gonna happen again, because I do this sometimes to people. But if you don't do the commitment to change part of it, you're not really apologizing. That's the thing. Like, if you're apologizing but going, but it's probably going to happen again, then that's so dismissive and hurtful, and you're not taking it seriously. Now, if you apologize and you commit to change, and then you make a mistake again, and you mess up and you do it again, it doesn't mean your previous apology was fucked up, as long as you tried, as long as you're actually trying to make sure you don't make that mistake again. And then the next time you apologize, you need to basically do it doubly good and really properly commit to change. And I think a big part of committing to that change is like, if you are saying I won't do it again, the reason that is powerful and the reason that works is not just because like, you know, the other person can go, oh great, you're not doing it again, but also you saying it out loud, you're kind of putting your pride on the line. You saying I won't do it again gives the other person ammo against you of like an I told you so, or like you said you wouldn't do this again. And that's, I think, another reason why some people are afraid to do that, because they don't want to give the other person ammo against them. But that's the trust part of it. You have to give them that ammo against you to encourage yourself to not do it again, which is the entire point, you know? So I don't remember exactly what Momo said in this episode, but I got the vibe through the conversation, at least. Like, I don't know if she said the exact words, but I felt like she was committing to change, you know? From the way that she was talking to him was genuinely like, hey, look, I fucked up and I'm really sorry. And she also said, like, I was thinking about it all day and it's important, which is good. That's also a really good thing, is when you can, you know, you tell the other person, like, this really affected me because I felt really terrible about it. And so she wouldn't want to do it again. Like, that would, I think if I was Okarun, that would give me comfort, because it's like, why, she doesn't want to put herself through that either. Not even just putting me through it. Putting herself through that sort of thing for half a day sucks. So she's gonna actually try not to do that sort of thing to me again. And you know, it's Momo, she's hot-headed, she probably will do something like that again at some point, but I truly think she's going to improve from this experience. And I do think Momo was in the wrong in this episode, like, as her friend said, like, you were being super harsh. But she just, you know, she's struggling with her emotions and stuff. I can make excuses for her all day because I love Momo. So I'll protect her from any criticism. But, you know, as I said, she was in the wrong in this situation. I just think she also made up for it extremely well. That pink-haired girl, moving on to the next topic. That pink-haired girl, I saw her in the OP, and I've been waiting for them to introduce, like, another new character. I mean, we introduced Granny. No, well, not... By Granny, I don't mean Turbo Granny. Now this is going to get confusing. There's white-haired Granny, and then there's Turbo Granny. But they introduced white-haired Granny, who is a great part of the show. But then after that, I was like, okay, so now we have to wait for this next, like, another character to come in. And I kept seeing the pink-haired girl, and I was like, okay, she's going to come in at some point. I love female characters. How much am I going to love her? Like, let's see, on a scale of, you know, I kind of like her to I really fucking love her and she's the best thing in the world, you know? That tends to be my female character scale, generally. Especially if they're, like, female character designs that I quite like, and I already liked her design. So there was very much a question of how much am I gonna like this character. She comes in, she's being very sweet and nice and, like, flirty with Okarun, and I was like, okay, so to contrast with Momo's sort of tougher personality, we have a girl who's just like, you know, precious anime girl sweet type thing. And I was like, okay, cool. This might be a good addition to the show, you know? So I was sort of taking that in. And then, you know, we see, no, she's not like that. She's actually seemingly a bitch who was like, I mean, it's difficult, right? Because yes, she was being a bitch because she then goes behind his back and is like making fun of him and stuff, and she was just like playing him, right? But at the same time, there are worse things, because it's like, in a way, and this is like me being super unfair, but in a way, it's like Okarun didn't know any better. For him, he had like a nice encounter with a girl, and it made him feel good about himself for a little bit. So, like, in that way, in a fucked up way, yeah, it was kind of, you know, nice for him, but it's still a fucked up and bad thing to do. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. She should not be making fun of this guy behind his back and you know, trying to manipulate him like that. But I wonder, like, because I feel like she's got to have a main role in the show, because she's in the OP and stuff. So I think this show also is right now looking for more casts. That's like essentially what it feels like. The part of the show we're in is like, okay, now we've got the two main characters and they've got their dynamic going on, but we need more main cast. So who's it gonna be? What's gonna happen? And yeah, it seems like pink-haired girl, that's a new character to the main cast. But why? Like, how's she gonna fit into it? Is it gonna be like here's my prediction. She follows them at some point. Maybe she's like, oh, I heard what Momo said. She pissed me off. This bitch. I'm gonna follow her and see what their relationship really is. She follows them to like an alien site, and then she gets in trouble, and then they end up saving her from the aliens. And then also, I don't know, maybe she'll be able to awaken some sort of power as well. Because, like, so far, the three main characters in the white-haired Granny, and Momo and Okarun, they all have like their own set of powers and stuff, right? So I feel like if you're going to introduce other people into the cast, they have to have something. It doesn't necessarily need to be a power, but something to offer, something other than their personality to offer for the fights against aliens and what's the other thing? Ghosts. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what her role is going to be. I don't know how she's going to come into it. That's my basic prediction, but I really got no idea. I'm excited though, because I think it could be fun to have a new character here. Looking at my notes, hold on. Oh yeah, and so Turbo Granny is in the cat. Turbo Granny is in the cat. So I kept seeing that cat in the ED and in the OP, and I was like, okay, this is a mascot character. Like, we're gonna see that mascot at some point. I wasn't really excited. Like, that the cat was probably the least excited I was for whatever was gonna be in this show, because I tend to find like mascot-y type characters / animal type characters like tend to be kind of my least favorite, or at least on the lower end of my favorites list in a lot of shows. They just tend not to be as much for me. Not that I don't like them. I still generally like those characters. They're just lower on my tier list, you know? Like I adore Chopper in One Piece, but he's one of my least favorite Straw Hats, but I absolutely adore him. But yeah, he's like pretty lowish on the list, like second or third to last on the list, I think. And then like I love Danganronpa. I absolutely adore Danganronpa. And, you know, Monokuma and the Monokubs and Monomi and stuff, they're all like pretty low, like very low on my character favorites list and stuff. And, you know, Madoka Magica, I don't care about the you know, QB or whatever in Madoka Magica. Yeah, don't really care about that character too much, you know. There's a lot of these sorts of characters. I just tend not to be, you know, I don't get as connected to them. So I was wondering, like I was thinking with this character, like I don't, you know, they're gonna come in eventually. I hope that I like them, but I doubt that I will care that much about them. It being Turbo Granny is interesting. I'm wondering, does that help me or does that hurt me? Because now it feels like, okay, so she's gonna be kind of the Sukuna role in this show, where it's like, and I always reference, whenever I say about this type of character, I always call it the Sukuna role, even though like so many different shows have done it. It's a major trope in anime and TV and all that sort of stuff, where it's like you have the villain with you, close to you, and having to begrudgingly help you out. That's like a classic thing. But specifically, I often say Sukuna because it's like, for me, it's like one of the more, like one of the applications of that trope that I just instantly go, yeah, that's what I think of when I think of this trope. But yeah, so I think that's kind of the role she's gonna fall in, where it's like, oh, the villain who's with you, because they have to be, but they are still evil and they're still gonna like fuck with you wherever they can and stuff. So and you can hear my voice kind of going now. So, but like, I don't know, am I? Because I don't know how I feel about Turbo Granny as a character. Like, I get with Momo, what Momo was saying, like, yeah, her reasoning is real and good, you know, protecting girls who are, like, it, you know, I don't need to say it, but who were in shitty situations, to say the least. Like, that makes sense, that's a good motivation. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I will have to wait and see how much I like that character. So far, I do like it, and I like the way that they've done it. What I love, though, and this is something that I genuinely fully love, is the idea that the white-haired granny smacked him over the side of the head, took out her consciousness, her personality, and put that into the cat, but left the power in Okarun. I was constantly thinking, like, the transformation sequence thing is really cool, but once we've defeated Turbo Granny, that power's gone. So what's, like, how are they going to keep that in the show? Because that's a really cool part of the show. Now I see how they do it, and that's a really clever way to do it, so I like it. But yeah, so anyway, that's dandadan. I need to stop this before my voice goes. So dandadan episode 5, thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.